Okay, bueno, mi gente, Calix Boxing here. Hit that sub button for nightly boxing videos. Hugo Centeno Jr. versus Immanuwel Aleem. This was, if you get a chance, man, I'm gonna try to link it below in the description. This was a hell of a knockout by Centeno Jr. So go check that out as soon as you can. And this could be it's definitely going to be a candidate for knockout of the year, but this could be the knockout of the year so far up to this year, and we're what in August, so very good knockout, perfect punch by Centeno Jr. I believe it was a left hook, and this fight was heating up to that point. I think it was the third or fourth round, and first of all, I liked this fight coming in. It's earlier in the week. I circled this card altogether. I circled this fight and this card altogether because this was a good card altogether for Fox Sports One. Two fights that were well matched. Um, Made a lot of sense how they matched these two fights, and it's refreshing to see because you used to have a lot of these fights on Friday nights. We had Friday night, and I used to love that about boxing. I missed that to where on Friday night you knew you were going to have fights like this, to where they weren't big name fighters, but good matchups. They tend to match up fighters better at this level, and good matchups, and you had some good entertainment. And they did that again tonight. It was a throwback to like the Friday night fights and the show boxes when Showbox was doing this a lot on Friday nights. But Hugo Centeno Jr. and Immanuwel Aleem was a good matchup because it was two guys who they were trying to bring along at the middleweight division, and they both hit hiccups last year. Centeno Jr. with the loss to Salicki, and then Aleem with the loss to Nicholson, or the draw to Nicholson last year. So they both hit hiccups, and they were at the same point in their career to where they were at a crossroads, and they're both trying to get it back on track. And tonight was that sort of crossroads fight for both of these guys. And then the main event was Derevyanchenko versus Tureano Johnson. That was a fight I circled as well because it was a step up for Derevyanchenko, and will be interesting to see what he was going to do with Tureano Johnson, who's a solid fighter. And we saw that, and I did a previous video about that, so check that out. But Centeno Jr., this was a classic timing versus speed fight. Aleem, a lot quicker, but he gave up the reach advantage, obviously, as you can see in that picture there, a couple inches in reach and height advantage. Aleem, a small middleweight, and both really small middleweights. Centeno Jr. is a guy who is very thin but long arms, and he did a great job of timing. And you saw it in the first round. Aleem was doing a good job of putting together combination punches and using his speed, but you also saw that Centeno Jr. Stayed patient, he stayed calm, which was good to see because you thought coming off of a tough loss last year against Lucky, that would be sort of shake his confidence a bit. And as soon as Aleem touches him up, and as soon as Aleem starts to land on some of these shots, on some of these combination punches, that Centeno Jr. was sort of going to a shell and have flashbacks, but it didn't happen. He stayed calm, started timing him, and as each round went by, and I think the knockout was in the third or fourth round. I think it was in the third. Could be wrong, could have been the fourth. But as each round went by, Centeno Jr. started to get better with his timing, better with his timing, better with his timing, and started to counter very well against Aleem. And with the knockout punch, they both threw at the same time. He timed when Aleem was going to throw, and he just threw his shorter and stronger and just knocked Aleem clean out. The referee didn't even finish the count. That's how vicious this was, and Aleem was just out of it for a little bit on the canvas. And good to see Centeno Jr. bounce back. I was hoping to see Aleem fare a little bit better because he's a fun fighter to watch. Aleem's a guy who's explosive, fun to watch, sort of like a Andre Berto style type of fighter, where he has a lot of flaws, but he's still explosive. He still lets his hands go fast and puts himself out there. So I was hoping for Aleem to fare a little bit better in this fight, but it just didn't happen. He just got caught with a perfect punch, which is going to happen with a fighter of his style with flaws who leaves himself open. He can be lightning in a bottle, but also he can get caught like he did tonight. And like I said, man, go check out the link. I'll try to link it below in the description because This was just a beautiful knockout. Just classic example of how timing can beat speed. In this, when Centeno Jr. caught Aleem coming in with a quick punch, and Centeno Jr. just timed it perfectly and knocked him clean out. So go check that out. And hit me up. Let me know what y'all thought about this fight. Peace.